Minecraft, a game full of memories. Memories ranging from breaking your first tree, building your first house, finding your first set of diamonds, or even some memories that aren't from Minecraft specifically, like watching Dan TDM and Dr. Trioris showcasing mods in the lab.
But it never goes too well. Let's try it anyway. Oh, that felt a little bit weird. What's going on?
Or watching Stampy build stuff in his lovely world. These could all be core memories for you, or just fond memories that you like thinking about. But what if these memories that you once held in such high regard were changing? These places and feelings were becoming corrupted. Hello my polygonal friends. That description I just described to you could be applied to the ARG I will be covering in today's video. That being the channel by the name of I Am Secret. In today's video, I will be covering all 23 videos in the series. Make sure you got your drinks, because this is the story of I Am Secret. In the first video of the series, we see the player strip mining in a cave, before eventually finding some diamonds.
We're rich! We're rich! Diamond! Ah!
But before player could mine any, they suddenly get teleported to this glacier biome. Player then walks over to this survival chest you find in console versions of Minecraft and such, alongside a bunch of snowballs on the ground. The player picks up this bone that is named, before looking around at their environments. And that's about all for the first video. But despite this video being called normal, this video is far from it. Whoa, wait. The second video starts off with player in this snowy taiga biome. Looks like they are confused by this, looking around, trying to figure out how they got there. Player starts walking around, trying to find anything past this dense fog. The player finds this chest with a single torch inside it. After grabbing the item, player looks around some more, probably getting flashbacks from the end of last video, before noticing this hole in the ground that wasn't there before. Player decides to pull an Undertale and jump into the hole. The video ends with player picking up why. And that's about it for video 2. On to the next one. The third video starts off with player going into their house and putting some dirt into their chest. Broski, what is this sorting? Why are there just many stacks of dirt that are just not combined? Same for cobblestone. Player notices something outside while sorting though. A sign with a bunch of corrupted text we have been seeing throughout the videos. After player gets hit with the
"Playing Minecraft, I like it, cut G,"
they go back inside. Oh nah, bro ended up in the back rooms. Player walks down the hall and turns to the left. and finds another chest with a single bone with glitchy text and a stick that reads, "No." And that ends off video 3. On to the 4th one. The 4th video starts off with player walking around in this forest before suddenly the screen turns black and that fog we have been seeing throughout the series returns. They keep walking, but the screen goes dark a second time with even greater effects. The screen gets darker with a bunch of black cubes and signs littered on the ground. Player keeps walking before finding this giant bedrock wall. Player finds a torch, simply called "No." Taking a closer look at the bedrock wall, player sees this opening in it that leads to this drop, and after a moment of thinking, so before I show this next clip, do note it has a little bit of flashing lights, so if you're sensitive to that, skip to this timestamp on screen. We see where the player landed, this void with chests making up the ground. The sky is rapidly changing from day to night. Player walks around this place before spotting a sign in the distance. They walk to the sign that reads, "You should leave." That video had a good amount of information. Let's see what's going on in the next one. The 5th video starts off with, you guessed it, player walking around somewhere. They are in this stony spikes biome before finding this chest, and when opening it, oh, that's odd. There's usually something in there. The good old turn off and turn on again technique gets player this stick before they randomly get teleported inside this base. Everything looks normal, so maybe this really is just a normal base.
Oh.
Now, I think we're all thinking the same thing here. This series is quite generic. Sure, it doesn't have the typical, ooh, scary shadow figure in the distance, but it really isn't doing anything that crazy right now. If this series was bread, it would be plain white bread. But this next video onward, I think the series gets better and better, and it really becomes its own series. Beginning with the 6th video starts off with player in the mines. They grab a pickaxe from their chest and get digging.
As a child, I yearned for the mines.
They find this hole into the void, and when they turn around, they see that their path has been closed off, with a chest in its place. Before player could see what is in the chest, it disappears. For a split second though, we can make out what the item was. A book and quill. But since player couldn't read it, that leaves them with only one option. Player ends up in another new location. This gravel path with tall bedrock walls to each side. Walking down the path, player finds this chest with a single stick in it. It reads, "Go back." And that ends off video 6. On to video 7. I'm not going to say the joke. The 7th video starts off with player walking around in this desert. Before finding this pyramid temple. They go in to do the try and true method of digging out one of the corners. They go in to do one of the... Is try and true method a saying? Maybe. The screen suddenly turns darker and player runs out of the temple. But then, they spot something on the side of the temple. An empty chest that slowly fades in, the book and quill from the last video. For the last few seconds of the video, a message appears on screen. Die. The description of this video reads, a mistake. Anyways, that was video 7, on to video 8. Endless is an interesting video, since this is the first appearance of a new character in the series. In the video, we see player and this new person running back towards their base. I'll be calling this person BB because of their blue boots. Yes, I am very original. How could you tell? Editing Sam here? This guy isn't wearing blue boots. I'm just stupid. BB and player go into their base and go into this basement area. The screen cuts and shows BB strip mining in a cave before finding some diamonds, very similar to the very first video of the series. After getting the diamonds, the two decide to head back and put the diamonds in a chest. Player finds himself in a seemingly infinite tunnel. They decide to run in one direction before the screen suddenly cuts. Player is now in a snow biome. There are signs littered throughout. They read, "No one came. No one even bothered. I was all alone. They will pay." The description of this video reads, "No more." That was video 8, on to video 9. This video starts off with player creating a new Minecraft world. For a split second after loading in, we see whatever this is on the right. Comment down below what you think this is, because I honestly can't tell. Player seemingly noticed it too though, since they start looking around for whatever that was, before finding this giant cave. After seeing the cave full of faceless Steves, player starts bulking it, before suddenly coming across a field of signs. They are all blank signs. That suddenly ends our video. Few interesting things to note. 1. At the very end, we hear Morse code. When translating this Morse code, we get the message, "Lost." And 2. At the very end, we get a better look at the faceless Steves from the cave. That was video 9, on to video 10. Video 10 starts off quite simple. It shows player creating another world, and doing what you would usually do. Break down a tree, get some stone, and make a house. Honestly, house is looking pretty nice. Not bad, not bad. It's even got a good outside view of the ocean. Well, It's got a view of the ocean. After seeing the faceless Steve again, player goes back into their house, only to see it is completely ransacked. And then suddenly, with nowhere else to go, player goes down the hall of cobblestone. Finding a chest, there is a diamond inside. And that ends off video 10. An interesting thing to note is that the diamond in the chest is once again Morse code. It spells, "Come find me." And that ends off video 10. On to video 11. I'ma be real, this series has been alright up to this point, but this is where things start to get interesting. The first attempt shows player walking around this newly created Minecraft world. There's this weird ambience in the background, but other than that, nothing is too weird just yet. That is, until we see this. Three bedrock pillars and a row of blank signs, before the screen suddenly darkens, with the signs getting glitchy text on them, and a faceless Steve is in the distance. Observations. Presence of a strange structure. Bedrock blocks on the surface. An entity glitching in black screens. And that ends off video 11. On to the halfway point of the series. It's not actually the halfway point. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is the halfway point of the series. No, it isn't. It is not. It's just not. I don't know why I wrote that in the script.
Leave me alone!
So let's see what is happening in this video. Now, nothing really notable happens for the first minute or so of the video. The screen freezes a few times, but that's about it. That is, until the 40-second mark, where we see this. Player finds this valley of bedrock structures. It starts raining when player comes upon this structure in the middle. A large pillar with bedrock and chests all around it. There is a sign on the pillar that is a bunch of random numbers. While examining the sign, the game cuts and our player notices something. When going up to it, they see this staircase leading downwards into the ground. Player goes into the ground, but finds nothing but another exit leading towards the surface. When exiting the staircase, player finds himself trapped in a giant bedrock rectangle with a wall of chests on one side. They walk towards the chests and find one specific chest sticking out. After collecting the near stick, player starts hearing these distorted sounds before seeing this path of diamonds leading back towards the staircase. The video ends with these observations. A strange pillar containing a message surrounded by bedrock blocks. A short glimpse of this entity. Weird sounds, glitching / black screens. A few interesting things to note. 1. During the scene with the 8th wonder of the world,
Stonehenge.
the message on the sign is actually a number cipher. When translating this, we get keep searching. And 2, the description of the video reads, is it near? That is all for video 12. On to video 13. Video 13 starts off immediately. We see player looking out towards the ocean before noticing a sign in the distance. These are what the signs read. You must be wondering, who am I? What am I? I don't know what I am. With no other option, player jumps into the ravine. Player ends up on this glass bridge in the sky with a giant wall of stone in front of them. When walking towards the wall, player sees a door containing the texture of the end portal behind it. Without much else to do in this infinite void, player goes into the portal. Not much more to say about this video. On to video 14. Video 14 starts off with some bit-crushed Minecraft screenshots with music in the background, before one of the screenshots starts glitching out, and we see where player ended up from the last video. This weird stone structure in the void. There are 2 signs along the 2 paths, and after picking one of the paths, there's this wall behind them, so they can't go backwards. Continuing forward, player finds this sign that reads, goodbye, and a chest that they can't open. Player goes into the void door, ending the video. The description of this video reads, next time. And that is all for video 14. These last few videos really haven't offered us much, so let's see what video 15 has in store. Now, this video is actually quite normal. It just has player exploding a large amount of TNT with some banger music in the background. Too bad I can't play it since it's copyrighted. Here's an artist rendition of the song. Boom. When suddenly, while exploding the TNT, player's computer blue screens again. Okay, bro, what in the hello neighbor shadow kid is this, bro? Well, there really isn't much left in video 15, so on to video 16. The 16th video starts off with the blue screen that we saw at the end of the last video, and the scene with the shadow figure showing up for a split second, before we see something we have all seen before. The Windows 98 screensaver, before suddenly, player's Minecraft hand appears on screen, and they start breaking the screensaver. Player takes a right and goes down the path to see a hole at the end. Aw, nah, man. Can somebody get this sign out of here, bro?
You need to leave!
Taking the sign's advice, player jumps into the void. Two interesting things to know. One, as you probably saw, the shadow figure appears again at the end of this video. And two, the description of this video reads, "I had a strange dream one night." This, interestingly enough, implies that the video we just saw was a dream. Anyways, on to video 17. Video 17 starts off with player in this iceberg biome, before spotting another player in the distance. The Steve player has a sign in front of him that reads, "It must stop." The screen cuts, and player is now in this gravel biome, and spots another Steve player in the distance, and starts chasing after him. If you can recall, this is the same place from the very first video of the series. Player walks towards the survival chest, before they are teleported to another place from the series. This time, the strip mine from episode 8, Endless, before finally ending up in the void from episode 2, Strange. Player goes towards the chest before the ground suddenly disappears beneath them, and we get this message: "I am sorry that I am making this too hard for you, but you must find the others." The description of this video reads, "Looks like the search continues." That is all for video 17. On to 18. Now, before you ask, no, this isn't actually the ending to the series. Like, just look at the timestamp. Do you really think this is the final video? The video starts off with this message: "For those of you uninterested, leave. For those interested, you may stay. This is our final moment. We have been trapped for too long, but now we can be free." We see player back on the floating stone in the void, before they turn around to see this door. When opening the door, they see this giant structure alongside two diverging paths. One, which reads 2016, and the other, which reads 2011. Player decides to go forward and is greeted by 3 signs connected to each of the pillars. The signs read, "Restart," "Termination," and "Update." And after considering for a while, they choose one of the levers connected to the signs. The video ends with a YouTube this video is unavailable screen. One interesting thing to note, the restart button being hit implies that the shadow entity has been freed, going along with the beginning dialogue too.
I had strings, but now I'm free.
Anyways, on to video 19. Video 19 starts a new era of the series, which we will learn more about throughout these next 4 videos. The video starts off with player coming up from the mines and admiring the sunset. They go back inside and say, I wonder where my friend is. I'm assuming since player looked at the bed labeled Pirlo. Oh my gosh, I just realized I have to say this name and I don't remember how to pronounce it. I'm assuming since player looked at the bed labeled Pirlo, that Pirlo is the friend that is missing. This also gives our player a name, which is Dan. Dan TDM!
Oh, man, that guy is extremely naked.
It's been some time since I've seen him. He should be back soon. And then the screen cuts, and we get this dialogue. He's not picking up my calls, he's not reading my texts. Something's wrong with him. He just disappeared suddenly. We see that it has now been 3 weeks and 2 days since Pirlo has been on. And in the next scene, we figure out what has happened to Pirlo. Pirlo has passed away. It shouldn't have come to this. I miss him. And that starts off the new era of this series. On to video 20. Video 20 starts off with Dan in front of this door that connects into this dark hallway, with another door at the end. After waking up, we see Dan go to his desk and start sketching out the door from his dream. He then talks about how some of his friends have had dreams about weird Minecraft structures recently.
Some of my friends have been telling me that Minecraft has been acting up recently. They've been having these dreams about weird structures. Yeah, I refused to believe it at first until I had a dream. Recurring dreams about this.
Dan decides to go check Minecraft for himself, and everything seems normal at first, with Dan getting wood and all of that, before suddenly... Dan then suddenly appears in this weird place. It is filled with bedrock trees, structures made out of different kinds of stone, and a plain smooth floor. Dan thinks this is all too weird and leaves the game. But the game refuses to let Dan leave. With no other option, Dan walks around trying to find anything else. And he does. He finds these silo-looking structures in the distance. He goes to take a closer look at one of them, finding this tall structure in the middle of it with a button on it. Dan presses the button, but nothing happens. The video ends with flashes of the normal Minecraft overworld and the weird stone dimension. That is all for video 20. On to video 21.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
Video 21 starts off with real-life footage of Dan. Dan is trying to open this door, but we see a flash of the door from video 20. We see that no matter how hard he tries, the door just won't budge. Before suddenly, we hear a knock. We then see him peering out the blinds to see what made that knocking noise, before something else grabs his attention. He sees his phone with Minecraft still up and starts to investigate the world again. Dan looks around some more, but when turning around, he finds the same door he has been dreaming about this whole time. And now that there is nowhere else to go, Dan goes through the door. On the other side of the door, we see a bunch of stone cubes in the sky, alongside a staircase leading down to another cube. Once going down the stairs and across the bridge, we see this door with a painting and a blue flower next to it. And that ends off video 21. On to the second to last video. Strangely enough, this video starts off with Dan examining this giant sword that was on his wall. What does this sword have to do with the story, you might be asking?
I have no idea!
While examining the sword, this happens. We then see Dan in a woodland mansion. When exiting the mansion, we see a bunch of floating areas. The End Island, another bastion, a village, etc. He walks towards the end exit portal and considers jumping in, but instead goes towards this obsidian pillar with a ladder on it. We see that at the top of the pillar is a chest with a stack of ender pearls. Dan uses the ender pearl to travel to a different island and spots an aether portal. He walks towards the aether portal and tries to enter it, and he succeeds. Dan slips off the portal frame though, and gets teleported back to the island after a little bit of falling. He then tries the bubble column thing next to it. He's in this bedrock box with a bunch of creepers in it. They seem to have no AI, so Dan decides to go in the direction of the creepers, when suddenly he finds this. This is Dr. Trioris's lab from Dan TDM. He goes inside, but nobody else is in the main room, leaving him with only one other room to go into.
You shouldn't have returned.
What are you?
Die.
Dan rushes to the newly formed door to the right of him, and we get this final message from the giant eye.
Your safety is merely a word. Pain is imminent.
And with that, this ends off video 22. With this new eye creature introduced, let's see what happens in the final video. The last video gets started immediately with this edit. Suddenly, Dan is in this long room. He exits the room and finds himself in this weird world. This is Stampy's lovely world. Dan explores the world for a bit when suddenly... Hello. Sorry if you can't understand right now. Who are you? I'll tell you soon. The Steve head then tells Dan to go to a large orange and white rocket. While going there, Dan asks the Steve head, why does this place feel so familiar, yet so foreign? Where we get this explanation from the Steve head. Memories are what hold all of reality together. That entity you encountered, that I, seeks to erase all memories that give rise to existence. Or, in other words, dismantle reality and assume control. This is not the first time it attempted this. There were others before you, but this time, it's different. We then see a black and white image of an eye with the message,
Identified.
flashing on screen. Dan gets into this orange and white plane and turns it on. He rushes towards the orange and white rocket, while explosions go off left and right. He quickly enters the rocket, goes to the very top, and turns it on. We then cut, where we hear this loud boom sound, and Dan goes outside the rocket to see where he is. He finds himself on a skyblock island, with a large stone bridge connected to it. He opens the chest to find a flint and steel called "You'll Need This," and goes along the path. At the end, there is a group of blank signs surrounding an end portal. And that ends off the series. Overall, my thoughts about this series are mixed. When the series hits, it really hits. The world designs are great, the idea of memories being corrupted is quite interesting, and the series can have some really good imagery at times. But there are a good amount of problems with the series. The beginning of the series is quite tropey, especially when it introduced the shadow figure. Some of the cuts are extremely noticeable, and some of the story points are either kind of silly, like the whole dismantling reality thing, or just abandoned, like the book and quill and the faceless Steve. Also, one thing I should mention, video 19 onward is not directly connected to the previous one, but shares similar themes and location ideas. But with that all out of the way, subscribe to I Am Secret, links in the description. While you're there, consider subscribing to me too. I'd really appreciate it. I've been Sam. At 5K, I will be making a video on the gaming ARG iceberg. I'll see you guys soon with my next video, and I hope you all have a good night. Peace. Imagine one day you are playing some regular Minecraft. You create a new world and start doing the basics. You know, cutting down a tree, building a house, getting some food, etc. While exploring around your new world, you find some strange things. Random hidden trapdoors leading underground, torches you have never placed down. And, strangest of all, you find a base that you didn't make. You think to yourself that this is all really weird and decide to leave the random base, when suddenly you see yourself. Hello my polygonal friends. In today's video, I will be talking about a very new Minecraft ARG by the name of Green-Eye 18. At the time of writing, the series just started posting around 9 days ago. With that all out of the way, get ready, because this is the story of Green-Eye 18. The first video of the series introduces us to our main character, Green-Eye 18. I'll just be calling him Green-Eye. Green-Eye starts off by introducing us to episode 1 of his new Minecraft Let's Play. He does what you would usually do for your first day of Minecraft. Break a few trees, make a crafting table, craft some tools, etc. But, while trying to find a place to put his base, Green-Eye finds something. He finds this weird clump of snow. He climbs on top of the snow to get a better view, but finds something weird. Green-Eye finds a trap door buried under the snow. He walks away from it though, since finding randomly generated trapdoors isn't something new for Minecraft. Take the secret trapdoor found in igloos, for example. Green-Eye says that he'll check out the snow clump next time, and starts making his base. The rest of the video consists of Green-Eye making his base before finally completing it. The video ends with Green-Eye saying, "Well, I'll see y'all in episode 2. Bye." And that ends off video 1. On to video 2. The second video starts off with Green-Eye doing his intro for episode 2. Hello guys, episode 2. And today, we are exploring the weird cave in that snow clump. Before Green-Eye explores the snow clump, he makes a shovel and talks about how he was doing some mining off camera.
I made some major home improvement. People don't like watching buildings, so I thought I'd go ahead and do it off camera because...
Bro, he's a true Minecraft YouTuber. Digging past the built-up snow, Green-Eye goes down the ladder into the cave. He finds a normal-looking cave, but it is littered with torches. While questioning the cave, he grabs some coal while he is down there. Green-Eye spots this base built into the side of the cave. Why is there a base here? This is a single-player world! He debates going into the base, but he says he'll save it for next time. Boo! He continues to mine the ores found in the cave, while reiterating that he hadn't placed any of the torches. After finding that the cave doesn't lead anywhere, Green-Eye decides to investigate the base after all. When walking up to the base, we can see a sign on it that says, Void Mole's Base. Looking around the base, we see a bunch of signs with text on them. One of these signs talks about a Void FM station and a Void website. Bro, is Void the next Mr. Beast or something? Who is this guy? Green-Eye then spots a room with a sign over it that says Crying McGee's Room. He explores the room before a random stalk of sugar cane suddenly breaks to the right of him. When trying to go deeper into McGee's room, Green-Eye is met with bedrock. Something is clearly wrong here, with all the random block occurrences happening. Green-Eye breaks the netherrack and moves on to the next room. We see signs outside it that read,
This is Soggy's room. I haven't seen him in a bit, but but they've definitely been online recently.
He goes down the stairs and finds this room called the Testing and Evidence Room with a note under it that says not to enter. Well, you know, it doesn't seem like we have a choice, considering the bedrock blocking the entrance. Green Eye goes back into the main room of the base before taking one of the beds and leaving. The room suddenly duplicates a bed, and when he places down his copy of the bed, it suddenly disappears. He decides to just take a different bed, but before he leaves, he spots a room he hasn't explored yet. This video leaves us with a ton of questions. What's with the weird glitches happening in Green Eye's game? Who is Void Moles? And most importantly, who pushed Green Eye at the end of the video? I suppose we can only try and figure out more in video 3. The third video picks up right where the last video ended. We see that Green Eye landed in some water. Getting out of the water, Green Eye finds quite the sight. A bunch of amethyst on the ground, a ton of bedrock, and, most importantly, a wall of signs that list out the rules for the moles to follow. Pause if you would like to read all the signs, but basically, these all just talk about the rules you should have when dealing with the void. The list talks about how you shouldn't look at the void directly, how you should make sure to dig up leftover stone that may be covering the void, and to not feed the void. Green Eye then walks over to a trapdoor with a sign near it that says, "Void here." I can't confirm it. It does seem like void is here. After looking at the void, Green Eye decides to finally get out of this place and starts climbing up the ladder. We see one of the people tied with this base join Green Eye's game. Even though his game is specifically single player, this interaction then happens between the two of them. Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Green Eye.
Are you it?
Am I what?
I can't trust you.
McGee then starts hunting down Green Eye. He tries to get away, but after a bit of running, McGee eventually kills him and leaves the game. What the heck just happened? Green Eye makes his way back over to his base. He talks about seeing someone before something weird happens. We see another Green Eye join the game. The video ends with Green Eye quickly closing out of Minecraft. But, before he does, we see one message from the other Green Eye.
Hello?
Now this video kicks up the weirdness to an 11. The void and its protocols, Crying McGee joining Green Eye's game, there being 2 Green Eyes?
There's 2 of them?
Let's see what happens next in video 4.
Subscribe.
The 4th video starts off with Green Eye greeting us before a new player joins this game, Polar Bear 14.
Today, I have my friend Polar Bear 14 joining. because we have been talking about the cave I had found. Here, let me show you where the cave is.
The two of them go down to the ladder after setting their respawn points.
See? I didn't build it.
Yeah, no, cause you just started, right?
Yeah, I only got stone tools.
What is that?
I don't know. The world came with it.
After Polar Bear explores the top floor of the Void Mole's base, the two of them go down into the Void Room. They talk about how weird the room is, when suddenly, Polar Bear gets a phone call. Green Eye's dog then starts wanting some attention, where we see this scene play out.
Hold on, I'm getting a call. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Hold on, I'm getting a call.
Hello? Polar?
Broski, what part of Polar Bear 18 has left the game did you not read? Green Eye rushes back to his base to try and find Polar Bear. He emerges to find that part of his base has been completely destroyed. Most of the items inside are gone. He makes replacements for them and heads to bed. And that ends off video 4. I don't think we should waste any time and see what the final video has in store for us. The 5th video starts right where the last one ended, with Green Eye in his house. After getting punched by the invisible man or something, Green Eye says that,
I'm just going to harvest wood for this episode.
and that's what he does. He cuts down a few trees, when suddenly, he gets teleported back into the basement. He starts questioning why he is back in the basement, when suddenly, Polar Bear rejoins.
Coward. Coward. Coward.
Green Eye quickly starts climbing up the ladder and covers it up after Polar Bear randomly leaves. The noise eventually stops, but when Green Eye tries to pick up items, they just stay on the floor. And then suddenly, Green Eye is timed out. That is all for video 5. That only leaves us one last thing to cover. Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned that the Void Moles talked about having a website in episode 2 jokingly. Well, at least I thought it was a joke, until I looked deeper. I tried a bunch of combinations of their names to try and have any chance of finding this potential website. None of them worked, until I tried The Void with the web hosting site Necessities, and got this. A terminal for The Void. If you type in help, you can see a list of available commands. Now, some of these commands are quite simple, like clearing the terminal, going to Green Eye 18's YouTube channel, etc. But some are a lot more interesting. Typing in Polar gets us this secret video. I cannot figure out what this text right here means, so if you know, tell me in the comments. If you were to type in recovered logs, we get these 3 logs. Log 7, log 1, and log 3. Now, log 1 and 3 give us error screens. However, log 7 gives us something very interesting.
Hey, this is Vay. I've stumbled upon this website here. I'm trying to piece it all together, but I can't remember much. I know now that when I was gone for all that time, something was masquerading as me. All I remember was being shown the void hole by WSC. After that, it's blurry, then there's a point where my memory completely cut off. After that, I can't remember much. I remember thinking 3 words in my head over and over. Jump and void. At some point, I wasn't thinking for myself anymore. After all that, I remember one last time where I was, falling into the void. It was peaceful. Calming.
If you are to type in log 1 specifically, we see this. A remembrance page for somebody's friend group. And that concludes the series as of now. Overall, this is a very solid ARG. The void being a key part of the story is very interesting. The duplicates it makes is really cool. And overall, I just really like the vibe of this ARG. Now, there are a good amount of spelling mistakes I noticed throughout the ARG, and some points seem a little contrived, but that is about it for the problems I have with this series. Now, what do I think the series means? I think the story is about this original friend group discovering an entryway into the void, leading to the creation of the void moles. And the void moles try to figure out what the void does to a person, while they and their world are glitching between other Minecraft worlds, leading to Green Eye and his friend becoming victims of the void. Thank you all for participating in today's video. I hope you liked it. Make sure to subscribe to the Green Eye 18 channel. It is linked in the description. And consider giving me a subscribe too. I'd really appreciate it. And with that all out of the way, I've been Sam. I'll see you guys soon with my next video. And I hope you all have a good night. Peace. On May the 1st, 2024, a channel by the name of The Lazy Witch posted a video titled Missin Abme Part 0. This would be the start to a multi-part Minecraft ARG spanning through multiple channels. This is the story of the Magican Cluster. Hello my polygonal friends. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the Magican Cluster. A Minecraft ARG that, in all honesty, might be one of the best Minecraft ARGs I've ever seen. Well, with that all out of the way, grab a seat, your drink of choice, and enjoy the madness. The first video we'll be looking at is titled Missin Abme Part 0. The video starts off with someone opening up a portal to a place called the OC holding site. We see the OC just walking around, watching some green man Sam on the computer, and talking to the person who opened the portal. Then, we see the person exit the portal, leaving the OC all alone. Then, the OC finds something. The OC seems to find a reactor of some sort, with text next to it saying, "Warning, do not throw products with anti-mimetic protective technology, as it can both damage the product and the protective technology." Even with the warning, the OC takes out the core, reopening the portal. Then, the OC escapes. The OC walks around for a bit before finding this data library, and then the OC opens it.
Hello, user-nil. Would you like to access the file on L?
Affirmative. Program_Sally.
L is a subject currently being contained within the OC holding chamber due to the cluster's construction not being complete as of now.
The OC finds a place called Prototype Rhodonite Testing Area, and when they open it up, we see glowing red light before the video glitches out and ends. From this video, we find out two important things. One, our main character's name is L.
It's Luigi time.
And two, the lazy OS system says something about a cluster, which is not yet fully constructed. On to the next one. The second video we'll be looking at is titled Missin Abme Part 1. It is only 30 seconds long, so I'll just play the whole thing for you. There isn't much to talk about in this video other than two things. One, we can see that this video picks up right where the last video ended off, with L walking into the Prototype Rhodonite testing area. And two, we see that L still has the core from the reactor, and we see L throwing it when the video ends. Also, I'll mention it here, but the phrase Missin Abme actually means self-reflection or introspection in a literary or other artistic work. Anyways, on to the next one. The third video we'll be talking about is titled New Home. This video starts off with L falling from the sky, probably after throwing the core in the Prototype Rhodonite testing area. We see Elle make a campfire and some tools before going out to explore the new surroundings. We see Elle adventuring through frozen rivers, over mountains, until coming upon a place to build her new home. We then time skip to September 30th of 2022. We see Elle wake up, the house already being completed, as she watches TV and makes some food to eat. We then see Elle go outside and just sit next to the campfire. Then we see Elle call someone on the phone. The person on the other side asks her to meet up with them so they can record the thing. She says she'll need to borrow some rhodonite and goes on her way. One thing you might have noticed during this segment where she's calling the person, that's not what a normal basement looks like. This looks like where a mad scientist would live.
I am Professor Psychotic!
It sort of resembles the testing chambers we saw in episode 1, with the same lighting and everything. Does this mean that Elle is creating her own OCs? We'll just have to see. Then we see Elle making her way back to the place where she first fell from the sky. We see her grab something, but we can't exactly see what it is, before throwing it into the sky, ending the video. One interesting thing to note is that during the video, if you turn on captions, you can see a URL to a YouTube playlist. Let's see where it takes us. Looking into the playlist, we can see two new videos, those being Prelude and Arrival. Let's first talk about Prelude. The video starts off with someone sitting at a campfire, We can guess this person's name by the name of the YouTube channel this video was uploaded on. The channel is called O'Leary and Rhea.
O'Leary. O'Leary.
Close enough.
So I'll just be calling this person O'Leary. We see a shadow figure run behind O'Leary's house. O'Leary sees this and goes to investigate. Once finding the creature, O'Leary makes peace with it, and we cut to the sunset while O'Leary and the shadow creature are just sitting down. I'll be calling the shadow creature Rhea. It then cuts to night with Rhea and a new creature talking outside O'Leary's house. We do not know what they are talking about, but we see Rhea shaking their head no before the other creature pulls out a sword and goes inside. Once inside, the creature attacks O'Leary with his sword. We see a slice on the left side of O'Leary's body, ending the video. Let's see what the other video in the playlist has. Watching the other video on the playlist titled Arrival, we see that O'Leary and Rhea have opened up some sort of shop. We see someone enter the store and buy some armor before leaving. We watch as O'Leary and Rhea talk for a while before noticing something outside. And then we see this. We see a portal outside. Not that portal. We see a portal outside. O'Leary goes right in, and Rhea watches. We see Rhea hesitate going in before it cuts. We then see multiple days, if not months, pass before Rhea walks into frame and burns the whole house down. Burn. We don't know why Rhea does this yet, or where O'Leary went. Did O'Leary go into the same testing chambers we saw in episode 1? We'll just have to watch and find out. On to the next video in the main channel. The next video we'll be talking about is titled Underwaters. And this is probably the most interesting video yet. This video was uploaded on a channel called Jaden and the... It only has 2 videos, so let's cover the first video. The video starts off with a prologue that tells us before Limbo and the afterlife ever existed, there was a lake past the outer circle. It was the only thing separating the outer circle and outer space. Under the lake, there were souls that lived for many time. When the Magicians found out, this started production on Limbo. When Jaden entered it, Limbo was an unfinished product. We then hear reversed audio, and when unreversing it, we hear this.
Please be safe, body players located on the south smart adversary. Sorry of bears now. I'm sorry for your loss. YouTube.com/watch?z=UVLD03OKCTU.
We get introduced to a tour guide named Connor. We see Connor in the same place as episode 1. Connor tells us that usually his friend Azriel would greet us, but he is currently in a meeting with the bosses. We then see Connor going through a maximum security portal and appearing in what I believe is the outer circle. We then get introduced to another tour guide called John Stanley. Here is what he tells us about the cluster.
The way reality works here in the cluster is you have multiple layers of existence. A concept, the basic fundamental idea of a universe. From there branches out timelines and timelines of every possible decision. This is what we call a multiverse. Now stack a bunch of multiverses on top of one another and voila, you have a cluster. The outer circle is the office building where the bosses live. We don't quite know what is outside of the cluster as of now, besides the underwaters. But if we learn anything by the time this documentary is published, we'll display it on screen now.
Stanley then shows us some images of more clusters beyond the one we've already seen. And then it cuts back to Connor. We then see Connor in a new dimension.
Hey guys, drink this space alcohol and come with me to the 6th dimension.
And a new tour guide approaches him. Her name is Emily. And she tells Connor that he has a new project.
Apparently, someone escaped one of the universes that was meant to be restricted from interdimensional travel. So Nil and Krona are gonna be trying to find her.
So this is either talking about Elle or Jaden. But my bets are on Jaden. No, they aren't. Why'd I reg that? My bets aren't on Jaden, they're on Elle. I think this is talking about Elle. That was an interesting video. Let's see what the next one has for us. The next video we'll be talking about is titled Investigation_Circes. Circes? Am I saying that right?
You are correct, sir.
The video starts off with a screen saying that this video has been authorized by the Space Cops. This instructional video starts off by telling us that we are in training to investigate the tour guides. We get the reveal of the cluster and the explanation that the tour guides are a species that live in the cluster. The Space Cops do not know much about the tour guides, other than what they look like. They wear Victorian clothing and masquerade masks. Space Cops also know the tour guides have been seen a total of 4 times, each in a different place of the cluster. Our job is to go out to the sightings and bring back whatever we can find of the tour guides, be that images, videos, etc. The tape ends by wishing us luck. Now, you might have a few questions, like 1. What is the cluster? 2. Who are the tour guides? And 3. How do I get the man living in my walls to leave? All of those questions will hopefully be explained in our next video. The next video in the series is titled Limbo. This is the longest video yet, being over 10 minutes long. So make sure you got your snacks and your water on you. And let's begin. The video starts off with a prologue. It has a lot of interesting info talking about how Levi's empire has fallen. Illyri and Rhea now live peacefully in a faraway land. I don't know who Levi is yet, but this does give us more information about what happened to Illyri and Rhea after the end of Arrival. And the final line is really interesting. It reads, "Limbo has brought success and failure. Our protagonist, named Jaden, has fallen into limbo." It then cuts to presumably Jaden walking down a dirt path. Jaden continues forward as we see the ground is glowing red. I'm guessing that since we see the stars, that it is the moon that is making everything appear red. We see Jaden walking over to a dock, and then we see the ferryman. The ferryman appears to be one of the tour guides, wearing the same Victorian clothing and the same masquerade mask as the tour guides. Then, this happens. We then see Jaden wake up in front of this person who appears to be inside of a giant computer. The person in the computer tells Jaden that their name is Benedict. Jaden then asks Benedict why he is here, and this is what Benedict says.
"So why am I here?"
"Oh, well that one's easy. You died."
"I just fell down a well."
"You know, ironically, that's actually how you died."
Jaden died after falling down the well.
"So, basically, you are currently in limbo."
Yo, they said the line! They said the line! Title trap! Yeah! We actually learned that Benedict is actually the one who discovered Rhodonite, and they were able to travel outside of their own realm. But when Benedict finally died, as a punishment, the gods trapped them in this prison. Benedict then opens up a white void, and Jaden enters it. We then get the epilogue, which reads, "Everything and nothing, the empty and the full, the truth and the fiction. Jaden will begin to understand and evolve into something new." Our final video, which was uploaded on the Jaden and the channel, is titled life-found.mkv. It starts off with, I'm guessing, Jaden running across the screen before an image pops up on screen and quickly disappears. We'll talk more about this image later. Then, text appears saying, "A wild ophanim has been spotted." An ophanim is a class of celestial beings in the Judeo-Christian mythology. We then cut to a person, and what I'm guessing is an Ophium. The conversation goes like this. The image we saw at the beginning of the video is actually wingdings. Once translated, the message reads, "Clusters are fictional. Our home was forgotten." The clusters being fictional is probably referring to the fact that it is monitored by the tour guides. As for the "our home was forgotten" line, we'll talk about that more and what I think it means in the outro. Now finally, what do I think will happen in the rest of the series? I believe this is all leading up to a confrontation between Elle and the tour guides. I think they will try and capture Elle and take her back to her original dimension, but it all comes down to Jaden. I think Jaden will have to choose a path to go down. Either help the space cops take down the tour guides and the boss, saving the entire multiverse, or side with the bosses, control the multiverse, and Jaden will become a boss. Jaden will become a god. Thank you all for participating in today's video. I hope you liked it. If you want to see how the series ends, go check out The Lazy Witch. Their channel is linked in the description below. And while you're there, please consider giving me a subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I've been Sam, and I hope you all have a good night. Peace. You know what I wish Minecraft had more of? Different dimensions. The Nether and the End are some of the best parts of Minecraft, holding some of the best items, structures, bosses, and biomes. When Mojang introduced the Deep Dark and had this structure that was awfully portal-shaped in the ancient city, I was expecting it to lead to a new dimension. But instead,
That's it? That's the last episode? That was just a bunch of cheap...
But imagine that Minecraft did have more than just 3 dimensions. Well, that's where a little channel by the name of Studio Elka comes in. Get ready, because this is the story of Minecraft's disturbing dimension. The first short, yes, this series is in the form of YouTube shorts, I probably should have mentioned that earlier, starts off with a POV of a person named Kaiser. We see Kaiser building this portal purely made out of wood planks before lighting it with a flint and steel. We then see him enter it.
And you know what? What was that?
We then see him enter it. We see Kaiser in this dimension that is completely made out of wood. He goes to go mine a tree when suddenly he starts running away from this woodman, but as he turns around, he sees more and more of them start to appear. They're somewhat similar to weeping angels, stopping whenever he looks at them. He lights some flames and goes into this little nook in the wall, before digging down to try and escape the woodmen. We see Kaiser seemingly die to a woodman, and that's where the first short comes to an end. Anyways, on to the second. The second short has the POV of Alka. Now, Alka is the pseudo-protagonist of this series. I say pseudo because there is one other person who is quite important, but we'll come back to them later. The second short starts off with Alka in what seems to be the same world as Kaiser, given the same portal placement and all the torches. Alka enters the portal. Where he looks around for a bit before spotting one of the woodmen. He starts booking it, where he is similarly hunted down by a bunch of woodmen. He blocks himself into this mine shaft where, while investigating, he starts running, and after getting away from the woodmen, he finds this opening. We hear more walking until we see this. Alka starts rushing to go back up from where he came. He starts pillaring upwards, and he actually makes it. But the video ends with him being pushed down and dying to fall damage. And that's all for the second short. On to the third. The third short is from the POV of somebody named Galshi. I hope I'm saying that right.
Galshi.
Kinda.
Galshi is in the same place we saw Alka end up during the last short. They are firing at some of the woodmen before they start pillaring up like Alka did. But, unlike Alka, they actually make it out of there. Sort of. After running away, Galshi blocks himself into this big Garden of Ban 2 room, where they spot this. After seeing the big woodman, they start booking it, trying to break through the gate holding them there. They rush down the ladder and hide in this narrow corridor. After some walking, they find what seems to be a house. They enter it and look around. It seems one of these people have finally caught a break. They go down into the basement and start running in one of the directions. And that's all for this video. We see another protagonist seemingly succumb to the woodlands. Anyways, on to the next one. The fourth short is interesting because this is both the first time we see a returning player and the first time we see two players in one short. Our protagonists in this one are Alka and a new character named Rumi Cutie, but I'll just be calling her Rumi. The short starts off with them running away from woodmen while setting the place on fire. When the woodmen catch up, Rumi prepares to take a shot at one of them. Alka starts running down the staircase, but something interesting happens. He blocks himself in regardless, and we hear a lot of running outside before he decides to peek out again. Once doing so, he spots a book laying in the middle of the ground. Alka then spawns in to a similar place we saw in short 3. He walks forward and spots a woodman in the distance. But this one is different. We see it wearing a cape and surrounded by items. In fact, this is the same cape we saw Rumi wear. Alka asks, "Rumi?" before it turns towards him and he starts running away. Eventually, he gets completely surrounded as we see the woodman glitching in and out of being Rumi. He blocks off this door and keeps running, and I'll just let the ending play out. And if you didn't catch it at the end, the windows of the structures were the exact dimensions needed to make a portal. So Alka makes a portal, escaping from the creatures, including whatever this thing was. I don't think we should waste any more time and check out the next short. Short 5 is from the POV of Rumi. We see that this is a prequel to the last one because of the chat we were able to see in short 4. They turn around to see some woodmen. So Rumi and Alka start parkouring their way through this place. They keep running as the woodmen keep chasing, but then Rumi falls, and when she gets back up, the woodmen had made their way past the barricades. We then see a familiar scene play out. That only leaves us with one last short at the time of writing. The final short at the time of writing starts off where the last ended off, with Rumi being teleported to another place in this dimension. This place is a lot more destroyed than the others, having lava and fire throughout. We see in the distance the creature from short 4. Rumi starts running away from it, but when she turns around, she goes to hide in this house, but is being watched by some woodmen. She starts booking it, following the stone path as the creature is right behind her. She has to bridge across this gap, but we see this. The short ends with grainy footage of Rumi fully becoming a woodman. And that is where the series ends so far. Now, this series is most likely far from over, going off the fact that the compilation video is called Act 1. Now, there is one big problem with this series in my eyes, but first, let me talk about the positives. The series is visually amazing, with unique locations, entity designs, and even full monster designs. This is absolutely one of the most remarkable Minecraft ARGs I've seen, but that comes at the cost of the story. There really isn't a story in these shorts for the most part. It's mostly player goes from point A to point B. We even have a good amount of characters that show up once and never again, with seemingly no plot relevance. I guess the first guy made the portal, so that's his plot relevance, I guess. But the last few shorts in the series did improve on this, so I'm excited to see what comes next. But anyways, thank you all for participating in today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Check out Studio Alka, links in the description. Oh, so that's where the name Alka comes from. And while you're there, consider giving me a subscribe too. I'd really appreciate it. We're nearly to 20,000 subscribers, which is insane. I've been Sam. I'll see you guys soon with my next video, and I hope you all have a good night. Peace. The Alogicorpse. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Probably not. I don't know.
The channel started posting videos back in June of 2021. There's a total of 35 videos posted at the time of writing. I'm not gonna cover all the videos since I don't have all day, but I'm gonna be covering the ones I find most interesting. The first video, titled Read.Slot, doesn't have much to talk about, but since it's less than 10 seconds, I'll just play the whole thing for you. Other than some buzzing in the background and 4 holes in the shape of a diamond, that's probably all for video 1. The next video we'll be looking at is titled Game Start. It starts out pretty normal with some just basic Minecraft gameplay until 1 minute and 47 seconds in. We see our player pick up a poppy and enter this field with weird structures. The description calls it the mushroom biome. The video ends with him falling down a hole and a new world being created. The next video I'll be looking at is titled House Building. It starts off with our player doing what might genuinely be the weirdest way I've ever seen a man build a house. Like, look at this, bro. This house looks like it got hit by a tornado. Enough about this guy's architecture skills. We see him getting more wood to finish his house until it starts to lag. The player hears that buzzing sound effect again before finding a bee with the player's face on it. We also see a diamond formation on the floor again. And strangely, the texture pack and ratio of the video changed from last video. The next video we'll be looking at is titled Sky. Let's watch it. The video starts off with our player exiting a cave to find the sky is covered in bees. The only thing he has on him is a flint and steel, but he cannot light it. The video ends with a cut to black and unauthorized access text in the top right. The next video we'll be looking at is titled Emergency Measures. Let's see what it has to offer. The video starts off with this Yoshi's Island looking texture pack. We can see bees everywhere in this world. before he comes across what looks like a shrine. Before the player can break the shrine, it cuts to a screen saying,
System reboot. 3, 2, 1. System successful rebooted.
It then shows a tunnel before our player looks up into the sky, ending the video. The final video we'll be covering is titled Normal Playtime. It starts off with our player in his house with this ear-bleeding noise in the background. We then see the player crafting these purple blob things called rifts. While he's doing this, for a split second we can see a man standing outside of his house. But when the player turns away for a second and looks back, he's gone. And then this happens. We see a bee for a split second before he gets teleported to this room with a single grass block in the middle. The video ends with a deleting world screen. Now, what do I think this all means? I think there is someone or something controlling these players, kind of like an AI. We can see there are multiple players because of the aspect ratio and texture pack changes. And what do the bees mean? I think they are a glitch in said system, making these players' games crash and do abnormal things. I did not care for the King in Yellow.
What?
Did not care for the King in Yellow.
How can you even say that, Dad?
Didn't like it.
Cannons keep provoking. Blood red sun starts choking. Can anyone stand this nonsense? Eaten away, telling us to stop and obey. To stop and obey.
Minecraft ARGs. Minecraft ARGs are 1/3 of what I like to call the Trinity for ARGs. Minecraft, Roblox, and Gary's Mod undoubtedly make up the largest portion of ARGs. Or, as I like to call them, gaming ARGs. You don't need an explanation of Minecraft ARGs. You watch them, I watch them, you watch me watch them, etc. They might be the most popular out of the Trinity, not only to watch, but to create. This is because Minecraft lends itself very well to the ARG format. Lonely worlds, creepy ambience, throw together a few creepy structures and you've already got yourself a top performing ARG. Now, I'm going to say something that might get me killed. I don't like Minecraft ARGs.
Kill that guy.
Wait, put down your arsenal of weapons. I don't like Minecraft ARGs anymore. But the best way I can explain why I don't like newer Minecraft ARGs is by going over the complete history of them. By the way, no hate to anyone mentioned in the video. This is all for fun. They're all probably lovely people. But anyways, get ready, because this is the downfall of Minecraft ARGs.
When does the magic begin? There's no magic, is there?
So, this first section, we'll be talking about the first decade or so of Minecraft ARGs. I wonder what unique and interesting ARGs we'll see from the first decade of this massively popular game.
There's nothing.
Now, that's slightly an exaggeration, but there's a lot less than you would expect. So the first Minecraft ARG that comes to my mind from this time period was Old Root. Basically, Old Root is a story about a user on Reddit by the name of Lewis Green, who receives a message from a user called Old Root. The message reads,
"This is the beginning. Those who are pure will see what hides in the darkness."
Brightening up the image, we see this. A creepy version of Steve in a dark forest. Throughout the ARG, we hear more and more mentions of this Raven, be that through spectrograms, hidden Tumblr accounts, and Imager links. I should make a full video on Old Root one day, since there is a lot to dissect with this series. And while doing research, I found a lot of good videos on the topic. Alex Bale made Old Root? What else can I talk about? You know, I was originally gonna make this video like a rise and fall type video, but there really isn't a rise. There's a little tiny blip for the first decade, and then just a big vertical line, and then a complete nosedive later, but we'll talk about that later. There's Everyman Hybrid. That has a few Minecraft segments. That doesn't count, right? That's like saying the finale to The Amazing Digital Circus is Mascot Horror because Jumbo Josh cameos in it.
New circus member!
I guess the only other one I can think of from this time period would be Very Strange House in Minecraft that I did not build. It was made by this YouTuber called Dead Skin Mask, who mostly made Minecraft videos. But I can't even call it an ARG because this was just a real occurrence, proven in this like 2-hour-long video. But you know what else is real? Perfection.
I love everything. I love life. I love everything. I love life.
Okay, stop, Squim, please.
Now this is where it gets good. From 2019 to 2024 is when Minecraft ARGs truly peaked. There were so many icons released in this time period, some more known than others. You of course had the household names like Andrew Gaming 67. If you're typing a comment about those last two numbers, shut up. You're not funny. But I am. Andrew Gaming is the LeBron of Minecraft ARGs. Being created back in 2022, Andrew Gaming centers around Andrew replaying an old world him and his friend Chris made. As the videos go on, Andrew finds weirder and weirder things and another entity in the world. This entity is named Smile. Smile is a deeply tragic character, especially when you find out the connection between it and the wells seen throughout the series. This series has 44 episodes and is still going till this day. There are a lot of extremely well-known ARGs from this time, such as Alex Speaks and its really somber story, or Mark 101 and its impact on Minecraft horror mods. But I don't care about that! Where's the intrigue? Where's the mystery of a Minecraft ARG from this time period that people haven't watched? It was not all sunshine and rainbows in this time period. Take for example, I Hate Mobs Minecraft re-uploads, which is the most Minecraft ARG that you will ever see. It's got everything that comes in a basic Minecraft ARG starter pack. Nothing that crazy even happens in the series. Holy moly! There's also Snapshot Null Archive. Now, this is one of the rare times that a channel being labeled as an archive is actually true. On June 29th, a small channel with around 100 subscribers would be deleted off YouTube. If it wasn't for this random creator, these extremely interesting videos would be lost to time. Then there's Player 30. I'm not gonna even sugarcoat this one. I really did not like it. I watched this on stream with my good pal Laz, and it was just nothing. It almost put me to sleep. Actually, speaking of sleep, I'm feeling a little tired. Thankfully, I have the channel's first ever sponsor, Manta Sleep. Take it away, me. Hey guys, it's me, Green Eggs and Sam. I'm here to talk to you guys about the channel's first ever sponsor, Manta Sleep. Now, despite listening to my humble ARG videos to bed, I usually have a hard time falling asleep. The fear of my fragile shell breaking just keeps me up at night. But with Manta Sleep, my egg self has never slept better. Now, Manta Sleep's sleep masks are different from your ordinary sleep mask. Normal sleep masks are tight and uncomfortable around your face, and made with cheap materials. They make me feel like I might crack! But Manta Sleep masks are perfectly comfortable and made with the highest quality materials, making my shell safe and comfortable. With over 7 different types of masks, they're sure to be a perfect match for your delicate shell. It has been mad hot recently due to the summer, so I picked up the Manta Sleep Cool Mask, so I don't feel hard-boiled at night. Check out Manta Sleep for their array of items, links in the description, and use code GR33N for 10% off. Sleep better guaranteed with Manta Sleep. Anyways, back to your egg-ular content. Ah! Oh, I'm boiling! Oh, my egg skin! No! No! My egg self! No! I could also mention Legend Finder, my beloved. Legend Finder is iconic for being just straight up a really good Minecraft ARG, but Legend Finder is interesting because there is an upcoming film adaptation of it. A YouTube channel by the name of Sinweb Productions will be releasing an adaptation of the Legend Finder ARG titled Don't Look at the Moon. And depending on when I get this video out, it either releases tomorrow on July 30th or today. Go watch it, because I know I will be. What do I talk about now? There's so many options that it's overwhelming. Clayton M634, Minecraft Conservative Edition, The Decayed, Minecraft Conservative Edition? Real ARG, by the way. I'm not joking. It's real. Wreckdud is a pretty interesting one. It follows this player playing this Minecraft beta version their friends sent them. It also has this. I like this. This brings me immense joy. Gustav Johnson looks neat. I haven't dived too deeply into this series, but from a glance, it looks like it has some pretty good cinematography. Oh yeah, it also has this.
Oh, personalization?
Magic and Cluster is a mad underrated one. I made an entire video talking about it, and I sort of mentioned it in the iceberg. Not really. Kinda. Now, there are a lot more that I could mention, like old Minecraft re-uploads, Am I Alone, and TW, which were all covered in one big video by... I suppose it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. Now this is where things are gonna get controversial. As you might have gathered from the intro, I don't like Minecraft ARGs from this year onwards. And that is thanks to a little series called The King in Yellow. Or if you like bad acronyms, SFAWTDE. Now this is probably the most popular Minecraft ARG of all time. maybe the most popular ARG of all time. But a little context for the two people who don't know what this series is. The King in Yellow ARG was made by a YouTuber by the name of Weefies. To the common person, is a popular Minecraft ARG YouTuber, but I remember him best from his escape room videos he used to make back in the day. The thing people probably know him best from though, is a video from 8 months ago titled Searching for a World That Doesn't Exist. I won't describe the whole story, but just the basic plot beats. The series is about two players called Avery and Durlord. Avery finds this strange book he didn't write, which describes this creature that leads him to a Google Drive folder. There are videos from the other protagonist, Durlord, who, as the recording goes on, explores this deep labyrinth in his Minecraft world, while being hunted by something. The recordings end with Durlord finding something that has been censored and frantically writing the book for Avery. Now, two things to note. One, this ARG is based off a pre-existing story by the name of King in Yellow by Robert Chambers. It's quite a good story. And two, this whole story is a self-coverage ARG, but we'll discuss that more later. Now, overall, I don't have a problem with this video. It's not the best Minecraft ARG I've ever seen, but it's solid. A nice little story to throw on in the background.
Oh, no.
6 months after the first video, we got Destroying a World That Doesn't Exist. Now I'm gonna cut straight to the chase. This isn't good. Everything good about the first video was just sucked away in part 2. That I don't even care to explain what happens in it.
You lie! You lie!
What I do care to do is point you towards this video uploaded to the official tie-in channel, Behind the Gates. This video is 15 hours long. But there's gotta be some reason that it is this long, right? Right?
No.
I kid you not. This entire video is Avery in this one place doing the same thing over and over. 7 hours of this video has Avery just looking at a book. That's not how you do that. That's not how this works. Now, 2 points I'll probably hear for this claim. 1, it's supposed to mimic a plot point in the King in Yellow story, which, sure, but there's a thing called artistic interpretations. A few cuts or something would have been a ton better. And 2, you aren't supposed to watch the video itself, you're supposed to watch the ARG coverage video by Weefies. And that's even worse, because that just defeats the whole point of ARGs. Now look, my ARG isn't perfect. I can definitely admit that it is rough. But I didn't upload a 15-hour-long video for the series! But I ain't done with this story just yet.
Where do you think you're going?
I was just...
No, you're not.
Because in the finale, after Avery admittedly goes through these beautiful worlds, the world design in these videos are a marvel to look at, and I'll never say otherwise.
Subscribe.
But eventually, Avery finds Durlord, and they go on this grand adventure until finding the King in Yellow, where we for the first time see what he looks like behind the sensor bars.
You are awake.
This looks like the guy from Angel Engine.
What have I done?
I know we don't see much, but the beauty of the King in Yellow in the original video is that it leaves what he looks like up to viewer interpretation. And that is just so much better than this. The second part ends with this big climactic showdown between Durlord and the king, where we see this.
Now, parrot. What? You invoke the spell? Why? How?
Is this literally just how Bill got defeated in Gravity Falls?
Your universe is looking a little unstable.
Silence. You fool. Don't you realize you're destroying your own mind, too?
It is. It is just how Bill got defeated.
I'll give you anything you wish. Life. Power. No.
Eventually, Durlord sacrifices himself, where he says the lines,
Isn't it ironic that a king loses to a lord?
"You're not Kanye, man." And we see this sad montage from Avery after losing Durlord.
That's the wrong drawing! Here we go!
Goodbye, my friend.
Now, what happens next, I do not blame for Weefy's at all. He made a popular set of videos, and I am extremely happy for him that these videos did as well as they did. But inadvertently, Weefy's unleashed a plague onto the Minecraft ARG community. This leads us to...
Welcome to Billy Bob's Space Shop. How can I help you?
Yeah, hi. We're here for so much slop, it's a crime. Because of the success of the Searching for a World That Doesn't Exist video, we saw a whole wave of inspired videos be published. Now, a lot of these videos do try and do their own things, which I respect, but others don't. Hunting for a world that doesn't exist, searching for an entity that doesn't exist, exploring a server that doesn't exist. Oh no, Poke. What could he possibly want?
Go, SpongeBob! Go, Self!
These types of videos have transcended the Minecraft ARG community and are now in the other communities like Roblox.
In life you have roadblocks.
It's actually insane how a lot of these videos are just bargain bin versions of Weefy's videos. Searching for an entity that doesn't exist is beautiful because not only does it have the exact same intro as the King in Yellow ARG.
I was finishing up a recording the other day when I noticed something strange out of the corner of my eye. There was a chest, one that I didn't place.
But the original stuff it does have looks like this.
Well, this is where things get really creepy. The fire took the life of an 8-year-old chess prodigy named Sam Colt Parker.
I'm doing some late night, editing and research and whatnot, right? I go to check if this is a real article. It is. And that makes my heart drop, because I thought that this guy was actually going to be using a dead child in the ARG. Thankfully that part's made up. That part's not real.
There's also hunting for a world that doesn't exist.
What is this place? These kinds of structures don't generate naturally.
You don't say! This video is even more of a blatant copy than the first. Like, there's taking inspiration, and then there's this. It's literally the same thing as the Wi-Fi's King in Yellow reveal. There is no shame behind these eyes. There's genuinely so many videos like this, but they're the same video over and over again. Nobody wants me to talk about that for more than like 2 examples. But we can finally leave the blatant plagiarism behind. Well, we're still doing self-coverage videos, but I have to take any wins I can get, man. Run Sonic is quite an interesting one, because I believe it is one of the better Minecraft ARGs released as of late. The ARG's premise is quite interesting, following the secrets from a Minecraft Kids channel. The acting's pretty good and believable, and the visuals are quite good. There are only a few problems I have with this ARG.
Sonic. It's like strawberry jam. But
that wasn't a problem I have with the series, I just wanted to share it. My actual problems are that the creator, whose name is Lomedy, can have some pretty mediocre line deliveries. Plus he has these really over-the-top reactions to basic ARG elements.
Better once we...
Whoa! Looks like something.
Whoa! A binary code.
What? No way! No way!
And I also wish some parts of the ARG, like the final video, was live action footage. Live action footage can make any ARG like 3 times better. But overall, I quite like this ARG. It was pretty good. So you remember how I just said we were gonna leave the plagiarism behind?
I lied.
I kid you not. Dino and Rex Minecraft Adventures is just Run Sonic, but worse. The ARG is about this Minecraft Kids channel that is run by this person who actively fights with the other host and has this creepy entity in it.
Not ringing any bells!
It also doesn't help that the main characters sound like my Pumpkin Smasher characters.
Let's go ahead and look at the Dino house.
You shall feed me.
Fresh meat.
Then, eventually, the self-coverage guy, Rage Elixir, gets involved in the matter.
Rex? It's too late. I should have known.
This clip has been stuck in my head for the better part of a month now. The Special Grade Panda is the next one I'll mention. Seems simple enough. Just a couple of normal Minecraft videos. I wonder what the title of the self-analysis video is.
Interesting. And how did you obtain your data?
Made it up.
I see.
The reason I wanted to talk about this one in specific is because there will just be random points where the person will just get out of character and start talking about Geometry Dash YouTubers before getting back into character. That's beautiful. That's amazing. A YouTuber by the name of Dry Fruits made this pretty solid Minecraft ARG called The Disturbing Minecraft Server You've Never Seen. But it does something that you never want to see in any project. And that's use AI generation.
I've seen some pretty horrible things in my life, but this is just sick.
Now, do I think Dry Fruits should have used real images of children? No, absolutely not. That's a horrible idea. But I do think the better way of going about this would have been definitely to use photo bashing to achieve this effect. It probably would have lended way better to the feel Dry Fruits was trying to go for. There are a few more I could talk about, like there's a cult hiding in Minecraft Education Edition, the story of a world you will never see again, or Minecraft Minecraft footage smuggled out of North Korea? What on earth? Other than that, that's about it. There's some smaller Minecraft ARGs that actually try something unique, like MC22. It isn't the best thing out there, but it doesn't start off with somebody finding a book that they didn't write.
Now, this wasn't in the original script, but I thought it would be weird if I didn't include it, even in a mention. Around 2 years ago, but mostly last year, there's this type of content called Minecraft ARG, but the protagonist blank. They're fine. I don't mind them. They're silly little videos, but personally not my thing.
You know what? You know what? Yeah. Except you stay.
Can you tell why I like this one?
But I did notice something. In this current era of self-coverage Minecraft ARGs, these videos, they all have one thing in common. They all have an insane amount of views! Forget everything. Forget everything I said. From here on out, I will be making my own self-coverage Minecraft ARG. I hope this machine never dies.
So yeah, let's just mine some trees and whatnot. What is that? Oh my goodness.
Now, in conclusion, Minecraft ARGs have had an astronomical fall off. If my Minecraft ARG doesn't look like this, then I don't want it. I think there are a few things that can help save Minecraft ARGs in their current state. 1, be more original. I know this genre has never been the best at that, but back in my day, Minecraft ARGs wouldn't start off word for word the same as the most popular ones. And 2, cut back on the self-coverage. Now, I know, I'm a bit hypocritical when I say this, but when you're making an ARG, the first thing you have to do is make sure it is enjoyable to solve. You shouldn't have to rely on a coverage video to enjoy an ARG, because if you do, what's the point of even making an ARG to begin with? This was definitely an insane video to make, but I absolutely loved every second of it. Thank you all for participating in today's video. I hope you liked it. Shout out to everyone mentioned in this video. I wish nothing but the best for all of them. Consider giving them and me a subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And with that all out of the way, I've been Sam. I'll see you guys soon with my next video, and I hope you all have a good night. Peace!
Dude, we just can't kill these guys.
We?
Did you guys see that all?